Max out there from John. Obviously, we got to see some of it firsthand last year, but from AJ too, what do you see from them, and how much do you try to help them along, as well as get yourself ready?
We're always trying to help each other. That only helps us by making everyone just a little bit better, and that just creates competition. So we're always doing that, and I think those guys have progressed very well. James has shown a lot of improvement. He's a good ball player, and he did some great things last year, and he did even better things this spring. And AJ did a great job of coming in and pretty much not knowing anything, and he's pretty much still a high school student for the most part while we were going through spring ball. So he did a great job of adjusting to college football, and John's been doing a very good job of getting better and understanding the offense and working on his feet. And he's been quickening things up, and he's looked very good.
Last year, going into the season, what was perceived as an inexperienced backfield behind you now seems to be somewhat of a strength with Brandon and Jewel back and Adam as well. So can you kind of assess their strengths and maybe your level of comfort with them?
Yeah, I think if you watch them, they're very similar backs in their style. They're smaller guys, very quick. They're hard to tackle, and they pick up blitzes very well, which is probably the most impressive thing. Because of how many protections we have and how multiple defenses have become in the Big Ten, and they were just so young and at that position, and they stepped in and did a great job with that. So both of them have shown improvement, and they do those things very well. So I definitely think that they can be just as effective as they were last year, this year. And then you have a guy like Jewel, who's very explosive, and he's a guy who can get downhill fast, and everyone saw what he could do when he was backing up Sean. So there's a little bit of difference, but I think those guys are all they know the game of football, they know our offense more importantly, and they're guys that you can count on third down to in a passing situation to pick up a blitz, or if it's short yardage to break a few tackles. So there's a lot of things that they can do, and that can only help us out offensively.
Adam looks like a real downhill runner, just to kind of hit the hole and go. Is that kind of one of his main attributes when he's got the ball in his hands?
Yeah, I'd say so. He's a guy that like I said, all those guys do a great job of knowing our offense, knowing what we're trying to do, and then when they see a hole, they're able to hit it a little bit faster and get downhill quicker because of their confidence. And those guys do a great job of hitting the hole fast, especially Adam. He turned a lot of plays that looked like they might have been loss of yardage into big gains. I remember the one at Arizona that kind of bailed us out. That was a huge play, and not a lot of guys can make that run.
You've got April and August, which are the official team practice times. During the summer, though, is it a lot just more individual motivation to try and get better?
No, definitely not. Every phase that we go through, it's all emphasis on team. There's never an individual emphasis on you obviously have to take care of your business as a individual on this team, but it's all in a perspective of team. And so when we're working out, it's all about team, and the summer's no different. There may be less time that you have to put in to football since it's the summer and you have a lot of free time, but everyone's pretty much still has the same focus that we would have during camp.
But is it more about each guy taking that responsibility on his own as opposed to coach saying, hey, practice is at 3 tomorrow,
Right.
Make sure you're there?
Yeah, we do have organized stuff now, but you see a lot more of guys coming in on their own to watch film, a lot more guys coming in to catch, throw, and work on pass sets and stuff like that. So that type of responsibility definitely needs to be worked on, which it's hard to do. It's a different type of phase in the summer, but I think the guys have responded very well, and it's always been that way, since I was a freshman here during the summer.
Who are you working with most right now? Receivers or other quarterbacks? I mean, are there guys that you gather with every day to do some things with?
We'll gather with guys from time to time. We always get the quarterbacks there and the receivers, and we're always trying to work on things that can help us out in offense, and you can start anywhere. There's a lot of things you can work on in the summer because you have a lot of time, and there's a lot of there's no defense out there, so you can work on a lot of different things with routes and timing, and I think that's what we've been trying to do mostly this summer, and I think we've done a good job so far, and we just have to keep doing those things more and more and become better at it.
How many times have you heard about the end of the
the Orange Bowl when Chris Myers asked you that question at the end?
I've heard it a lot. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really think about it that much. You know, people talk about it time to time. That's great. You know, it's good to get conversations started about America and about being patriotic. And I like that people, you know, enjoy the quote. That means that's a good thing that people enjoy it. If people weren't, you know, happy about it, then, you know, we probably have to, you know, start questioning what's going on around here. So I think we'll be all right if, you know, people are excited about it.
Are you a big follower of USA Soccer then?
Yeah, definitely. Those guys did a great job. I thought, you know, they played outstanding, and, you know, even in the loss to Ghana, I thought they played great. And I don't know anything about soccer, but, you know, it looked good from my perspective, and it's kind of fun to be a fan every once in a while and watch a game, especially when it's you know, the USA.
Have you noticed